Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready to break. I don't think you got it, sir. Look, squeeze. Shit.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
90, Wolf. Watch the slack. Big air. Hey, Foxtrot. Corner's mine.
Yeah. On 1st and 10, Young. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there on the first play of the game. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 11 now. Young quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Steve Young. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Terrell Owens there to make the grab. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 10-2 start. Come on, baby. Hey, Charlie. 26 months. Let's get off the field, D.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Indy. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Manning. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
I'm the ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because
he's got daylight. 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 75 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7. 26 mark. Let's go.
To throw again. Manning. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Manning. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now the man from nearby Stanford, Christian McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Ready. 26 mark. Time to go.
The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, stand off. Fair. Ready?
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, 49ers. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And off his back foot, he'll heave this. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. McCaffrey on the counter, and an alley to run. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. A big play there from McCaffrey. 47 yards on the ground. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Manning, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Manning. And he locates Walker, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a 1st down here. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to... And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are back within a single score. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
Makes the score Niners 21, Colts 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield. Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Mel Blount, the Hall of Fame corner, in on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now here's Young. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Young will lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Steve Young. Open man, Gronkowski complete.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
The second down throw for Steve Young, incomplete. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Here is Young. Forced out to his left. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Now Young. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
On 2nd and 9, Manning. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Manning. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Here we go.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. One final try now for Manning. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A final shot before break. Manning. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Jackson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Willis. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Young now. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Throwing, Young, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Steve Young on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Young will set to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Ready, set.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, lock it. What we got?
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Rock it.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and 11. This is McCaffrey. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the night. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready? 15 line. 15 line. Defense, let's go. Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. From the 29, Young. This one caught by Terrell Owens.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The throw down the field caught by his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. First and 10, Young. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw again on second down. Young dancing to his left. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
That one good for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks them up.
And avoids the turnover. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. McCaffrey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 26 months. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for the go.
Back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Manning to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Set up. 60 outlaw.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
6-yard line.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.